Okay, so I came to the Lake Dardanelle Visitor Center for my sim field trip. My name is Peyton Youngblood, so I'm gonna go ahead and go inside. Here's the first exhibit that I was looking at. This talks about all the tributaries like Big Piney Creek and the Illinois Bayou. And then you can also look what kind of fish are here. So here's just a big aquarium. You can learn about all the different fish here, what they eat, sleep, breathe, see, look like, feel like, and talk like. And then there's also videos included. Here is the Dazzling Darters exhibit. Just another aquarium with some fish. Here's some fish that might be included in the Arkansas River. I can play here, look at the fish folders, the different kind of fish here. But this is just the back side of that first aquarium. These are some invaders. They have some lifelike examples up here. And then here is a section where kids could come and do hands-on projects, make stuff, basket weaving, and then some chains. Here's an underwater food chain. There's also a theater in this room right here. I think it'd be really good to bring a class in here. They do shows right here, so you could bring your class, let them watch a show, and then let them tour the facilities. Here's another section of the exhibit where kids can come. This would be another really good place for the kids to come. There's all kinds of booklets that kids can look at. I think this would be a really good section to have kids sitting. Park interpreter could sit here, and then all the kids would sit around here. Here is also a TV screen that is going through a list of turtles, and it's showing what all habitats Lake Dardanelle has. Just another picture of a turtle, and then we have this really huge tree which is right by this little section here. And then lastly, here's the art center. So I just wanted to include some paintings that are shown at the visitor center. There's also a classroom right in here, so the kids, if the teachers wanted to bring them on a field trip here, they could definitely use this classroom and tell them all about Lake Dardanelle. Thank you. Hi, I just got back from talking with the educational specialist at the Lake Dardanelle Visitor Center. And unfortunately, I found out that they don't offer a ton of professional development opportunities, but they do have two environmental educators on site, which are called park interpreters, and they do curriculum-based programs. So if a teacher wanted a certain program taught to her class, then she could just call those park interpreters and they could figure a program out. They have a lot of different events that take place at the visitor center. Those are all located on the Lake Dardanelle Visitor Center website, and then the park interpreters also advertise all those events. The Visitor Center, they don't use the NGSS standards, but they do use the Wet and Wild curriculum, and that pretty much matches up hand in hand. You just have to find the right standards to match them up with. There are several pieces of equipment that can be borrowed. There's fishing poles, kayaks, butterfly nets, fish nets, some interpreters. The man that I talked to said that some interpreters will even go out to the schools instead of having the schools come to the visitor center, and they can take like any kind of furs that they have. They'll just take those to the school with them. So I really liked this site. There's a lot of hands-on activities that the students could use. They could always go to the turtle exhibit and grab the turtles, see what they feel like, that kind of thing. And then they also had like the basket making, and then also all of the aquariums. They had the little like iPad TV screens to learn more about each of the animals in the aquariums. Okay. So if I was taking a class here, one thing I would need to be aware of would be going ahead and calling ahead and telling the park how many students I was going to have, how long they would be there, and what information the class wanted to learn so that the park interpreters could get a program figured out. Another really cool thing, the park itself already has 200 to 300 pre-made programs for students who come on field trips, so most likely the program you want to see is already made, but if it's not made, then they'll make one for you. And then I think this would be a good spot to take a class just because it has the Wet and Wild curriculum, which fits with the NGSS standards. So we know that the students would be learning the information that was needed. Thanks.